Hey everyone, this is Sherry and this is Soul Conscious, and this is going to be the weekend forecast for this upcoming weekend. We just got on the backside of Valentine's Day and the full moon energies. I hope that this week was kind to you. Overall, it wasn't too bad for me. Did have a little bit of challenges, just mostly with weather-related challenges of, sinus issues, allergy sinus issues kicking in, because where I'm at, the weather keeps wanting to go from like freaking 20 degrees to 60 degrees every other day. So it gets like just warm enough to start making everything bloom and blossom and trigger my allergies, and then it wants to go cold again. So I am not sure. Usually I have something going into these messages, and this week I really didn't have a lot. So we're just going to come see what comes up. And I know if you happen to watch this past week's, the weekly forecast for this past week, I realized after the fact that that I had called some cards incorrectly, like when I was looking at them, and I do apologize for that, but I typically don't look at when I'm doing tarot cards, I don't look at the number, like if it's 3 of coins, 2 coins, I look at the imagery and what I'm drawn to and what comes through. So I do want to apologize that, I did notice in that weekly reading that there were a couple cards that I named off incorrectly. Part of that was due to the fact that this is the first time I've really started working with this, the African American tarot cards, and really trying to pull those cards up in front of the camera for people to see what I'm working with. But like I said, I typically don't look at actually what the cards, what the cards are named, so to speak, as much as the imagery and what messages come through and what I'm drawn to. And so that's what I focus on. So what I have for this weekend is, as far as I pulled some oracle cards from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and I have the Talisman card and Rescue. So we'll pull some tarot and see what we have to go with that. But right off the bat, I'm being drawn to a lot of the distance in the card, like this distance that's there, like for the Talisman, like I'm being drawn to where she's heading, this distance. And even in this card, I was drawn more to the background, to the balloon back here in the background, that distance, like somebody moving away, like this moving away feeling. So we'll see what else wants to come up with that as far as the tarot is concerned. What do we got for this weekend? Universe, tell me what we got for this weekend, this upcoming weekend on the backside of Valentine's Day and this full moon that we just had this week, which the energies have been pretty rough for the most part, for sure. Very challenging for probably many people. I've noticed a lot of people, this has been a very challenging week for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are really doing some soul searching and changing some things in their life, which we've seen in the themes in the last few weeks. As I've done these soul weather forecasts, it seems like that's where a lot of people are, is really looking at what brings them happiness in their life, what brings them joy and happiness, how can they make changes to bring more happiness and joy into their life overall, and what that looks like to them, what that means to them, what changes they need to make in their life to make that happen. So what do we have for this weekend, universe? I need at least one more card. Oh, there we go. Okay, 2 more cards. I'll take those. So I have the 9 of Pentacles, and to me it almost looked like like the pentacles here in this card are like, they're in a garden, and it's like he's taking stock of what he has sown, and what has brought him abundance, you know, from the seeds that he has sown in his life, or, you know, in that garden that he has planted. And then I have the Four of Pentacles, which almost gives me that feeling of sitting back and taking stock again, like this taking stock of where we want to move to, what, you know, what we want to move toward possibly. And then I have this is the Queen of Pentacles as well. And again, she's just focusing on that coin. What, you know, taking stock, you know, what abundance have I brought into my life? What, you know, all these cards to me almost speak to this need to, you know, like take stock of what we have, see where we are in our life. Have we brought to fruition the things that we want in our life to make us happy? Where do we need to make changes? How do we make those changes? Like that really taking stock, taking inventory of our lives and what makes us happy. That's what I'm really picking up on, is the overall message for this weekend. And then we have like this bit of cloudiness. It's almost still that kind of thinking, taking stock. That's what I think this weekend is really going to be focused around for a lot of people, is really taking stock of what they have in their life, what they, you know, the seeds that they planted. Has it grown into something? The things they put their time and energy into in their past, has it brought them the life and the joy and the happiness and the abundance that they want to see? Did it come to fruition in the way they wanted it to? And if it hasn't, you know, what changes do they need to make? What changes do I need to make in my life that are going to make me happier, that are going to, you know, where can I put my time, energy, and effort? Where can I move toward? You know, where can I go toward to bring this, you know, these pentacles, this abundance, this abundance in the material plane for myself? You know, this is pentacles, so it's really material based. You know, it's a lot of pentacles. It's a lot of, you know, taking stock of this, you know, what we have brought into fruition on the earth, this life that we're in right now, and what we're, you know, not in a spiritual plane so much, or a heart space, as more as a materialistic point of view, as is in this materialistic life. What have I brought to fruition? What have I grown? What have, you know, where have I put my energy? And like I said, I see, you know, this moving toward, you know, even like, you know, like the balloon, this could be almost like he's looking, if you look, and it's hard to tell, but he's got this little telescope. He's looking out on the horizon of what better things can I, you know, looking out for something better, you know, looking for something better. And she looks like she's almost like she's ready to head down that road to, you know, the sun, her happiness, something better in her life. And then we have, you know, stability, which all talks to the pentacles that we saw in the tarot, is this need for stability, finding stability. What can, and you know, a lot of times for a lot of people, materialistic stuff and money is stability, means stability for a lot of people. It's not the only thing that can be, you know, that can represent stability, but for a lot of people in general, their mindset is focused around materialism, money being that source of stability. And then the strength, this is also movement, but it's the strength to make the changes in your life, to bring around whatever changes you need to make, plant new seeds, move in a new direction, to make those changes that you need to make in your life to bring the happiness, that this reflection, which I really think that this is really looking and examining that, you know, taking stock, you know, all of this talks to really taking stock of our lives. So I think that is really the message that wanted to come through for this weekend. And I'm so glad that you joined me, and I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch these messages. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. I try and do a few videos each week that I get out there for you. So I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you have a great day. Joy, love, and light. See ya.